Rap is fun! 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 Rap is fun!
February 8th, 2020. Broken Resolutions 2. Rap is full.
On the left-hand side, the only person in this room that I want to listen to. Make some noise for Joy Frost. Let's go!
To my left, absolute king of the Ronald Pioneer. Tenacity, unmatched. He's come all the way from Canada for this shit. Make some noise for Omar!
Right, so it's Grandma versus Omar. Omar who? This no mark. The guy that got cancer and people thought were a goner. He battles like he's slicing a doner. Has a voice that'll put you in a coma. Yeah, this guy is sweet, but he has a hard persona. So what rhymes with bars for Omar? Carcinoma. Right, I'm going full on grief. I'm going to make you forget all that you believe. I'm going to make you choke till you can't breathe. I'm going to pull the plug, put you to sleep. I'm going to leave your family and friends bereaved. I'm going to do what cancer couldn't achieve. Hang on, there's something a bit weird here.
What?
Right?
What?
You got to make a wish, and battling me was your answer? Seriously? You're supposed, that's for kids, and you're supposed to do it while you're ill, not after. After you are. Right. So you're here against an ageing coffin dodger grandma because you managed to dodge being a decaying cadaver. What? Right. So, yeah, but I don't care because my words are deadly and toxic. I'm Nurse Joy with Munchausen's by proxy. I'm a smiling assassin with a bedside manner that's toxic. I'm just never happier when I've done a body bag and I'm doing an autopsy.
Are you fucking mad?
Let me
Are you fucking mad?
Okay, let me tell you, this guy, this guy is going to come out acting all big Billy Bollocks. It's actually as hard as a teapot made of chocolate.
Yeah!
I could knock him out with a backhand wallop. You are a rice pudding, and I'm a rice jollop. You are not street. Right? You're about as hood as Little Red Riding. Oh, well, I'm still deciding whether to wolf you down in one or eat you by itty-bitty biting. I'll put you over my knee and give you a damn good hiding. I'm too excited. So, while others, battlers, are facing time, you're doing FaceTime with yourself. They're sat in cells, facing guilty pleas, but please, I'm facing an incel with dodgy jeans and faulty cells.
What?
Yeah.
What?
You are less Wu-Tang Clan, more get-along gang.
Yeah.
You are Eminem Stan, Laurel and Hardy Stan, and he has a gang sign. Jazz hands. Right, this may be none of my business, but in everybody's interest, how come you don't know where the clitoris is, but you always know where the glitter is?
Where is it? Wait, tell him where it is.
You've got as much as a sweaty shawarma. Yeah. And standing by the Dalai Lama, he'd be harder. And I'm enjoying this Schadenfreude because I've got more power than Big Pharma. So when he comes out, all big bollocks, whatever. No, let me tell you what he's like. He's all hype. He always swipes right, he loves a pillow fight, and his blood's type is O. Ordinary. So come on, Mr. Chokey Man. You chose me like a rare Pokemon. I wanted 3 rounds, you wanted 1. And then I wanted to go last, and then I thought, don't be so dumb. Imagine having to face him going on and on and on. Yeah, and just like Trump, you would have knocked me out with your drone. Alright, listen. This is the sort of guy who comes round to your houses uninvited. Yep. Says he don't want any money and gives you a couple of ounces. Then tells you to put your feet up, go and does the housework, and then announces that he's done all your ironing, the socks, and has put a crease in your trousers. Omar Little in the wire. Omar Little in the wire conceals his gun under his duster.
Yeah, he does.
Our little Omar is a contract cleaner, a real dustbuster.
Wire, bro. She watches the fucking wire, bro.
He can make anything sparkle. And this is why he puts the mustard, because under his duster, he has concealed another duster that's even fluffier. And when he comes out all angry and intense, just remember, he's really an angry bird sitting on the fence letting the pigs take his eggs. Yeah. I tell you what, I'm going to just address the elephant in the room. This guy is Canadian. Canadian! And I said that twice because if you Google autofill Canadians are, it comes up with the one word, nice. So, yeah, I know that you're a really nice guy, but so I'm really looking forward to coming over and seeing you and drinking Canada Dry.
Come on, Joy. Go on, Joy, you're fine.
No, I'm fine. No, it's okay. I've been quite a wordy genius because all in Canada the word for they use the word birds for your penis. So when I was calling him an angry bird, I was really calling him an angry dick. Right, okay. The thing is, I know that this is really a performance, and I love the fact that you've shown resilience. And I actually, I'm proud and amazed that you're here. And I love your silliness. And what I want to do is say to everybody, and I'm going to do this better than Yaneth. I've had a bigger reaction before I've said it than he did afterwards.
Come on, Joy.
Yeah, you beat Terminal and now you're on the stage with me, the next stage, you know, because you went from stage 2B and I've made jokes about being 2B. So the next time you have the responsibility to be the best rapper you can ever be. Whatever you do not send me to sleep. Because really, cancer has affected every fucker in this room and recently taken one of our community. So I've got one message. Off, cancer can poke my horn. And I'm not the only one. I know I'm not alone. So for the ones who don't know, it's kiss my ass. So let's just end my round by all saying cancer can fuck off. Cancer can fuck my horn. Yeah.
Right, make some fucking noise, bro.
So, you said that I pretend to be street? I mean, I've never really pretended to be street. People just usually call me an Al-Qaeda terrorist. But if you went to jail, you'd have no problem, because you're so old you just outlive your life sentence. I'm glad to be invited to this event. It's amazing. My last battle with Mackenzie received so many praises. I'm back, ready for the stages. I want to return for a battle for the ages. Today I'm battling someone who definitely ages. We need to address the mammoth in the room. You get it?
Oh,
You get it? That's you. You are the oldest person I've ever seen in my bloody life. You know what's the first thing I thought when I saw you? Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus, bruv. Speaking of Jesus, how's he doing? You two still keep in touch? Her daily routine is so different to ours, it's like she's speaking Spanish. She spends one half of her day just trying to find her reading glasses. Did I leave them in the bathroom? Did I leave them next to the bed? I told you, just always leave them in one place when you take them off, and we'll never have to go through this again. What's that? Well, you found them. Where were they? Oh, that's right, on your fucking head. Jesus, God damn it, not again. People who I date my age, drop dead gorgeous. People you date your age, just drop dead. Whenever she goes to the bar, she doesn't need to show ID at the doorstep. She's like a tree, because you can calculate the years she's been alive by counting the amount of wrinkles she has on her forehead. When she buys alcohol or beer, she tries to pull out her ID, and the cashier's like, I don't think we'll have a problem here. She says you can't hold a candle to her at this stage of her career. Of course you can't hold a candle to her. That's because she's going to have 100 candles on her birthday cake this year. What have you rapped that can actually be desired? You've been around since the Stone Age, but never had the wheel to make any actual fire. She didn't get her foot in battle rap from ciphers. It's because she's so old. Back in the day, she used to babysit for Head Ice and Danny Myers. Who are your favorite rappers? Biggie, Big Pun, Tupac? All of them are cool. Probably love them because they're all standout students when you taught them in school. I don't want you to die because that thought is cruel. But look at the bright side. If she does die, at least we could reuse her bones as fossil fuels. Look at your sagging legs and thighs. Look at your sagging legs and thighs. I bet you consider walking in the mall as a form of exercise. You have to ice your heels after you spent a day out. You keep chocolates and biscuits in your handbag in case you have an unplanned cup of tea at your mate's house. But she wasn't going to eat her chocolate because of a toothache then. So I asked, when could I eat her chocolate? She said, over my dead body. I said, all right, so what, Tuesday then? Teethache, decay, knee pain, feet strain, weak veins, each day. Next up, the grave. I don't even know why Rap is Full brought in this old chick. I told them you can't teach an old dog a new trick, then I realized they're not. They're actually teaching a new dog how to handle an old trick. I'm talking to the dead. This is seance trip. I'm giving this corpse this work. I guess this is the graveyard shift. I'm gonna put a nail in this coffin. Whenever guys sleep with you, they call it nail in the coffin. Her sex life isn't what it used to be at all.
Stop.
She'll tell her husband, honey, push me up against the wall. And he'll be like, you're a dirty girl. And she'll be like, no, I mean literally, I need to be up against the wall to sit back in this chairlift. Otherwise at the top of the staircase, when I get up, I'll fall. And he's like, God damn it, shit. Well, I don't need a chairlift since I have you to drive me up the fucking wall. I'm the cat survivor. I'm a cancer survivor, so if her husband goes and sleeps with her friends, then I guess you could say we both cheated death. When you open the newspaper and have a little look in the back pages, you'll find out she's the oldest trick in the book. Men giving you some type of lust is kind of fucked. Whenever guys go down on you is what they call biting the dust. How can you try reproduce when you look like Beetlejuice? If she doesn't reply to your messages, it's because she doesn't know how to switch on her phone, it's true. Plus, she looks like she just crawled out of the grave, so it wouldn't be a surprise if she ended up ghosting you. She's so confused by the technological advancements developed through the internet, but she wants to get awesome at it. She got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. She got all of the gadgets. She even used that face recognition app that makes you look older, but the only thing that popped up was a casket. Whenever she watches Jurassic Park with her brothers and sisters, she roots for the dinosaurs because she considers them as brothers and sisters. I'm joking. She was obviously traumatized watching those humans getting crushed in that RAV4. Or maybe Jurassic Park will trigger her PTSD since in her last battle she got killed by a raptor. What we consider as ancestors, you consider as family members. On her Facebook it says, "Save the turtles." Sorry, is this a thing? Why are you so emotionally invested about this? Who the fuck are these turtles? What, your siblings? You look like Frankenstein when they brought him back to life. What are you gonna say? I muddled it up? Well, actually, Frankenstein is a scientist, not the monster. Oh, shut the fuck up. Now, these jokes about her being old are getting repetitive now. It's similar. I know they're getting old. Sounds familiar? But there's so many mysteries of the world and she might hold the answer. Some people say if they could speak to their ancestors, they'd have so many questions. So fuck it, let's ask her. Joy, how were they able to build Stonehenge and move the pyramid blocks with the proper wires? How are they able to... You don't forget it, she won't remember anything because of her Alzheimer's. Now, on the one hand, I don't want her to have dementia because it hurts to see your grandma tripping. On the other hand, I do want her to have dementia just so that she doesn't remember this ass whipping. This is a clear 3-0. This is a clear 3-0. I'd say by accepting this battle, you dug your own grave. But from the looks of it, your grave was probably dug years ago. Trying to make it as a rapper. Let's go. You know which record label would be most fitting for her? Death Row. She's such a gangster rapper, you know what's going to be written on her headstone? West Coast. I was trying to help her remember a verse. She said, "I wasn't born yesterday." I said, "No. You definitely weren't." Now she thinks she's the best with words. She needs assistance from a fucking walking stick and still has the nerve to tell people they ain't stepping to her. I told Mackenzie my bar's the nicest. I told him I'm bad to the bone like arthritis. And she was like, "Do not get me started on my arthritis." I was like, "Bitch, no, I'm talking about how my bar's the nicest. I'm the king, the knife will swing, that's how you die in the ring." And then she was like, "Do not get me started on my arthritis." I was like, "Bitch, what the f- are you still on the fucking arthritis thing?" That's why she waves like Queen Elizabeth. It's not because she's trying to be fancy and legit. It's because of the amount of tendonitis she has in her wrist. You want to be remembered as a queen. But how can you be crowned for anything when you have dentures for a set of teeth? Mate, it's true. She keeps her dentures right next to her saber tooth. I want you ridiculed because you're awful and shit, it's true. Even the archaeologists that you were discovered by are still not digging you. You're not old school. You're not old school. You're not old school. You're not old school. You're an old fool who does not have flair. Rock the house? You can't even rock your rocking chair. You're full of shit like the diapers you're forced to wear. You might look like you have one foot in the grave, but after this battle, I'm gonna make sure you have both in there. And some of y'all thought I'd lose and doubt I'd scorn her, but I'm a cancer survivor. I'm used to dealing with death around the corner, so you can make fun of me because I'm an Arab terrorist and I'm a bit dangerous. But you know what's the one thing that sets off the airport metal detectors more than my bombs? Your new hip replacement. And funny how I mentioned your new hip replacement, right? Because we can see there's nothing hip around you. We can tell from the way you waistlines. What lines have you spat? What lines have you spat that's rocked a crowd? The only lines you have is the white gunk stuck in the corner of your mouth. If you've seen a map of Europe, you know what I'm talking about when I say what France borders their lines on are usually so watered down. The gloves come off. I don't need Brexit to tell France to fuck off, so fuck it, this is a must win. If you watch rugby, then you know that France is used to getting killed in Dublin. It's about time I dug this chick in the fucking pit. Not only are you over the hill, but you're also about to get buried under it. I'm trying to be my last performance. just happens to be with Joy. It's like I'm battling myself while she's standing there next to me. I'm just beside myself with Joy. Ain't holding back. She about to get destroyed. I'll bring the mood down after y'all see that I'm a killjoy. I don't even know why. I don't even know why your name is Joy. You're so old, you're literally the exact opposite of a meaning of a bundle of joy. She's the 8th wonder of the world. She looks like one of those corpses they put on display in Body World. I'm catching the biggest body in the world, I'm tearing ya. But I won't make fun of your aging hair. I know, it's a gray area. I made fun of Mackenzie because he's a ginger, saying his top is quite shit. I told him he wanted to grow gray hair early. But for the love of God, not like this. But you'd probably dye blonde because you think you're like M, taking Slim Shady's spot, when really you're like M, Judi Dench in James Bond. Women claim there should be more female leaders, which I think is great. But I don't think this should be the case for older women who are 60 years of age. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Oh, by the way, how are things going with Theresa May? Now, I'll admit for a sec, there are some extreme liberal friends who are too politically correct and take disrespect over anything they're upset. Even a little speck, they'll take the shit and stretch it to justify the biggest offense they consider an effect when really, some of them just like the feeling of getting upset. Right? But your generation calls us snowflakes and puts us down if we choose to focus on something like mental health because it doesn't sound so cool. But how many do we lose to suicide? Countless of dudes when communication would have saved them instead of being found in the news. But you guys were foul-mouthed and rude for teaching us that communication was for cowards and fools. Y'all don't care about the suicide rate and the amount it grew, and now we gotta dig Pete Cashmore in the ground because of you. So it's ironic. The reason why you're killing yourself now and are bound to lose is because of the lack of communication in every round you spew. We're the snowflakes? How about you? Your generation used to freak out if 2 gay guys held hands around you. And you'd lose your shit whenever a black person drank out of the same fountain as you. I need to be honest. And judging by your age, I can tell you won't mind if I keep it 100. Your generation was never economic. You started off already working in economies that were godsend with so many dreams and options, categories and columns, possibilities and quadrants. Both employees and bosses could have their families supported without a degree or scholarship. But even the people that received degrees paid fees to their college that were decreased and smaller, and the student debt you were in was way cheaper in prospect. And don't say today the minimum wage increased because it's nonsense, because the inflation rate also increased, which is a problem because that's what cheapened our wallets. Y'all crashed the housing market as we watched the bleeding market seem to plummet, so the rent increased and rocketed through the roof so y'all could deepen your pockets, put cheese in your wallets and seize the profits. And that's why y'all could buy a house, but today we gotta squeeze 3 in an apartment. And now we have to deal with these problems. But if we say anything, then y'all will say we're spoiled and we seem obnoxious and put the blame on us to absolve yourself of taking responsibility. It's nonsense. But we need to be talking, discussing, and speak on this topic because this is the type of shit that's keeping us jobless. And then you cut down trees for an office and build companies in the forest like Applebee's and McDonald's to increase your profits, and by doing so, completely destroyed the environment and depleted our resources, which is ironic since you threw us in deep waters. The planet's on the brink of being completely demolished, all confirmed by Stephen Hawking. You can even sort of see the trees falling and the leaves dropping like the season autumn whilst the weeds rot and physically dissolving, but also metaphorically important. How y'all ripped out the roots of these trees till they're abolished and collapsed the planet and left us with such a massive challenge that seems enormous, till we started to believe in prosperous dreams for our daughters, so we started having the weeds chopped and the seeds watered till the leaves blossomed and restored until it eventually evolves into the tree of knowledge. And now the need is even being charged by those young teenage daughters like Greta Thunberg, who will take a bite out of that forbidden fruit and one day become a Greek goddess, and we'll fight for peace and justice because we're the ones who have to deal with your freaking problems. So let this sink in. Like a leaky faucet that your people caused but never seem to absolve it. Y'all didn't keep your promise of being conscious and being environmentally cautious. Instead, you fucked us over till you're creeping and popping, so the only reason why you can clean your closet is because the skeleton in there is probably your husband. This might seem redundant, but I want you to remember this till the day that you die, which will probably be sometime next week, let's be honest. She says she's not getting any younger. Really? Shocking. But your memory is so bad that everything I say will be completely forgotten, so it's fitting you suffer from Alzheimer's, since that's the only way you'll ever be able to clear your conscience. She says she has no demons. That's why she lives such a lovely life. Yeah, the skeletons you have aren't in your closet. They're playing bingo with you every Sunday night. Back in the day, a pence could get you a loaf of bread. Nowadays, a pence isn't even considered bread. You're not dope, you're shit. You're not the best thing since sliced bread. You're just as old as it. Awful at rap. You are not Tupac. You are just a walking hologram, so I've got to ask, like, why do you want to rap? I want to say I caught a body bag, but that might be offensive since you literally look like you're almost in a body bag. Frail skeleton, taped together by cases of medicines you're made to ingest because your face is severed and have a pale complexion because of the basic melanin you lack because your age is tethered at 87. And as you face the death of many relatives, you have to face your reflection and may have to accept it, but instead, your lady estrogen is raging adrenaline and forces you to do something you think is amazing and excellent, like jumping in the battle rap game for attention and fame, but instead it's a failure when you have no creative essence, especially when you struggle to say a basic sentence so much, it sounds like you either suffer from nasal congestion or an anal infection. When you can't even get a line out like a game of Tetris, it makes me question your basic presence, and I'm starting to think the only reason why you're here is because you literally have no mates or relatives, so you come down here desperately craving attention. Knowing deep down for you, it's a win-win because you're basically helpless at the age of 87, so people will be kind to you no matter how badly you fail and are horrendous because they pity you and feel sorry for you, which is why regardless, you'll always get amazing reception. Wow. It doesn't make me think you're brave and a legend. It makes me think you're fucking pathetic. The length of your life is what many are jealous of, but not of the life you've lived, because your life is basically irrelevant. Yeah. Your friends and fam that you ever had, either dead and past, or left so that they can live on a destined land, Mexico, France, Kenya, Japan, enjoying the jet lag, living off of a pension plan, their profession packed, and spend their last moments they ever have, remarried, their kids calling their best friend stepdad, organizing wedding plans. All those memories they cherish and have are left in the past along with the presents you have, but you never dealt with that. You never settle with fam. So instead this grind will stretch and scratch at this dream they'll never grab to get this battle rap crown like a dentist plan, because you can't look in the mirror at the reflection you have. You look like you share a genetic strand with the elephant man. Wow. You hate your reflection because you never lived the glorious lives our grandparents tended to have. I'm decades younger than you, and I've lived more than you ever have. You wasted your life away, can only blame yourself for that, but don't have the guts to stomach this, like the menstrual cramps in your intestinal glands and digestive tract till it stretches your abs and flexes your back till your chest starts to spasm and is getting cramps. But this last second attempt to enter rap and feel special in that is just a desperate grab for a better and more interesting life than you ever had. So we're stuck here having to watch you attempt to relive the glory days that you never had. Everything that you've ever rapped is like dog crap, meaning if you don't start to pick your shit up, then it's getting bagged. And choking and forgetting whatever you had doesn't help a damn, but I guess the dementia is settling bad. Please retire now and I'll even organize your pension plan and exempt the tax. You can check the math, because what you need to comprehend is the fact the level you're at is hella whack, which makes me believe this isn't an adventure to have. This is an end-of-life crisis you're having, so it's ironic your name is Joy, to compensate for your life being so empty, pathetic, and sad. Wow. But what's the point in telling you that, since your attention span has been severed bad and your short-term memory is so bad, you can't even remember whether or not you told people that your short-term memory is bad. But you haven't had a memorable past. So it doesn't matter if you suffer from dementia, since your life isn't worth remembering a damn. And now you're going to underplay the old jokes I attempted at by making fun of yourself because you're old to give a good impression to the fans. Like, look at me, I can make fun of myself, I'm rad. But the truth is, you'll do whatever you can to get a laugh or get any reception that's not negative and bad, even if that means throwing yourself under the bus because you love getting all of this attention you have, because deep down, you know that you won't get this kind of attention anywhere else, and it's sad. I want to tell this Nan. They say life, They say life isn't about the amount of breaths you have. It's about the moments that take your breath away, but damn, you don't have much breaths left in you, fam. And I'm creating a breathtaking moment, so this moment might just take the last breath that you ever have. You were left in the dust as someone who never was, so when everything is said and done, your existence is an incarnation of everything I hope to never become. So you can make fun of me because I had cancer, you little dyke whore. But I'd rather die today from cancer than live till 60 years old living a fucking life like yours. How much time I got?
1 minute.
1 minute. Ah, fuck. All right. I'm gonna just jump to the end. All right. I'm gonna say this. I want to thank Joy because she's been a hell of a sport. Right? This was memorable, whatever the fuck this was. So it's clear I won today. However, rest assured, I might have won the battle, but you've won the will to live through several wars. Give it